In today's story, we are going to see why it is not a very good idea to go up in battle against the living God. Also, it's not a very good idea to insult the living God while you are going to battle against him. This is what happens. The king of Assyria comes to fight against the king of Judah, and he sends some of his officials to go and talk to some of Hezekiah's officials. And the king of Assyria's officials say, we're going to tear down your walls, but if you give in to us, if you surrender to us, then we will let you just live here in peace till the king of Assyria comes and he will just take you off to another place. There's lots of wine and barley and all the things, so you'll be well fed and happy. So just go ahead and surrender to us. But if you don't surrender to us, we are going to totally and absolutely decimate you. And Hezekiah's officials say, excuse me, could you please speak to us in Aramaic, because we don't want the people on the wall to hear all of these horrible things that you're saying. Like, they're going to be scared. And the officials from the king of Assyria say, no, wait, we're not going to speak to you in Aramaic. We want all of these people on the wall to hear what we have to say, because they are the people who are going to be totally and utterly decimated if you do not surrender. And so the officials of Judah go to the king of Judah, and they say, these are all of the horrible things that the king of Assyria said. And King Hezekiah says, all right, here's what we're going to do. I am going to go pray in the temple, and you guys go and take this message to Isaiah the prophet and ask him to pray to the Lord on our behalf, because maybe the Lord will help us in this horrible situation. And so the officials of Judah go to the prophet Isaiah, and they tell Isaiah everything that has happened. And Isaiah says, you know what? God told me you were going to come, and so I have a message for you. You know what? The king of Assyria, he thinks he's really strong and mighty, but he is going to hear a report. And when he hears this report, he is going to be so afraid that he is going to leave. And that is what happens. The king of Assyria gets a report that he's being attacked by this nation and that nation, and so he decides he's going to leave. But before he leaves, he writes a long, long letter to King Hezekiah and says, your God is stupid, and your God is not going to take care of you, and no other gods have ever been able to deliver their people out of my hands. So I'm coming back for you, and your God is not going to save you because he is dumb. And when Hezekiah hears this message and sees this letter, he is afraid. So he takes the letter and he goes to the temple, and he lays the letter out before God in the temple and says, God, this is what the king of Assyria has said to you. And all of the things that he said are true. He has defeated these other nations, and he has destroyed their gods. And he's saying that you are not big enough to protect us. But God, you are the real God. And all of those other gods that he destroyed, they were not gods at all. They were just like images carved out of a stick and a stone. But you are the living God. And so I'm asking you, God, please come and rescue your people Israel. And Isaiah sends another message to King Hezekiah. And it says, you know what? Don't even worry about it. The king of Assyria is not that big of a deal, and I'm totally going to take care of it. He's going to withdraw from attacking you. But not only that, when he gets back to his own land, he is going to be cut down with the sword. And so that very night, the angel of the Lord goes out and he strikes down the army of the king of Assyria. And in the morning, the king of Assyria wakes up and he looks around at his people and he sees that so many of them have died. 185,000 of his best soldiers were slaughtered in the night by the angel of the Lord. And so the king of Assyria leaves. He says, oh, never mind. I guess this God was able to save them, so I'm just going to go home. And after he goes home, while he is praying in his own temple to his own God, some of his sons come and they kill him by the sword. This is one of my favorite Bible stories. I just love it so much, and I will post in the comments below what this story teaches me, but I would also love to hear what you are learning from this story. So please post in the comments below, what does this story teach you about God and about humanity? And think about, is there anything in your life that changes because you know this story is true?